Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Property Standards Committee meeting for October 7th, 2025. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest from committee members regarding tonight's agenda? All right. Moving on. Approval of agenda. We need to approve the agenda for today, October 7th. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented? A motion by Gregory. Can I get a second? Seconded by Betty Jean. Thank you. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, agenda is approved. There are no minutes for approval today. The minutes from our June 10 meeting were approved by City Council on July 16th. Public input. We'll now open the floor for any public input on tonight's agenda items. Are there any? Thank you. All right, delegations and presentations. Do we have any delegations or presentations scheduled for this evening? There are none. We will proceed. All right, moving on to staff reports and other decisions. We do have a staff report tonight, staff report number 25-062 PD from Kerry West, Supervisor by Law Enforcement. This report concerns an appeal of Property Standards Order number CEPS 2024-00246-68965 for the property at 199 Dundas Street East in Trenton, owned by Viswanatha Reddy Bale. Is that correct? Thank you. Kerry, would you like to present your report and recommendation, please?
Thank you. Through you, Chair. Just some background. The violations order number, as referenced before, CEPS 2024-00246-68965, in order to remedy nonconformance with standards of maintenance and occupancy, was issued on May 29th, 2025, with a compliance date of July 4th. A copy of the order has been attached as Appendix 1. 5 photos of the deficiencies were taken and are attached as Appendix 2. On June 24th, 2025, the City received a notice of appeal, hereto attached as Appendix 3. 7 deficiencies were noted in the upstairs Unit A of the dwelling located at 199 Dundas Street East. As detailed in Schedule A of the order, the noted deficiencies apply to Unit A in the upstairs of the dwelling. It should be noted at the time of the initial inspection on May 13th, 2025, the tenant advised Municipal Law Enforcement Officer Cummins that the landlord served them with an N12, a notice to end their tenancy. In a hearing with the Landlord-Tenant Board was scheduled for Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. To date, we can say that both parties have expressed concern that they haven't received a decision from that tenant board, so that we can't speak to that tonight unless there's new information. We did receive confirmation from the tenant last week that to date none of the deficiencies have been corrected. With that being said, it is the recommendation, it's the recommendation that the committee confirm property standards order to remedy with an amended compliance date of November 6, 2025. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kerry. The recommendation is that the committee confirm property standards order at number CEPS 2024-00246-68965 with an amended compliance date of November 6, 2025. All right, we'll go over the 4 options to the committee on the next page. It comes up again. So are there any questions for Kerry or discussion among committee members?
If I may, Chair, I was just curious. There's mention of 7 deficiencies. There's talk about the deck, but we only have a few pictures, like none of the deck, and they don't add up to 7 deficiencies. But was there a reason why we couldn't get the photos, or?
To the best of my knowledge, those were the only photos that the officer took at the time of that inspection. I can't speak to why there weren't pictures of the deck or other deficiencies. But those were the photos that were taken at the time of the inspection.
Sure, well, you know, we appreciate staff, but nice if they could take more photos if they're going to list more deficiencies. Thanks.
Thank you, Gregory. Any other questions for Carrie before we move on?
Actually, if I can ask one more
Certainly.
of Carrie. Has there been, has staff reconnected with the owner about these issues and received any feedback on progress or from his perspective?
I don't want to speak on behalf of landlord because I know he will have an opportunity to speak as well tonight. Yes, staff and the property owner as well as the tenant have been in contact throughout this process. I think some of the delays could have been caused with the landlord-tenant board hearing, and there's just been some delays along the process. But I think that tenants and landlords can speak better to that.
Okay, no more questions? Thank you. All right, now is your turn. Mr. Bale, if you'd like to come up.
Thank you. So, on May 29th, I did receive a registered letter with the details that were listed as were pointed out. And when I came, as it was mentioned, there is a decision pending with LTB at this stage still because an 12 was given and hearing was done on July 30th. So they have not yet given the decision, whatever the decision is, the decision has not been delivered. So I did come to the city and then I did approach for appealing this. I mean, in a way that because there is a thing pending with the LTB, based on the decision, I have plans for because this is not a secret, it is a 100+ years old house. That property is not like a brand new, that is 100+ years. And that is the reason why I said I need time, depending on how the decision goes. I have plans, like I should not speak what it is. I have plans in case if my son is going to stay there, I may be renovating in a different way. So at this stage, what I am saying is I did approach the city for that reason. Then they said you can appeal. So that is how the appeal date was set for today. Other than that, this is a one-sided approach. The officer I have a lot of respect for Amanda Cummins. Officer took the details, went, inspected, and just sent a letter. I should have been given an opportunity at least, what were these issues, and was there any discussion before that? So nothing was taken from my side. I just received a letter, I have to come to city, then I just appealed because of the LTB decision. So that means it is, no, I am agreeing, it is my property. Ultimately, I'll be taking care of my property. But what I am saying is when issues was raised, I should have been given an opportunity to speak on them before a letter was served on to me. That was not done. If I am permitted to speak, I'll just speak little things. What happened is, whatever the reason, there are few, I don't want to take it. I don't want to have any argument here between a tenant and landlord or anything that happened. That is not my intention here. As I am saying, it is my property. I want to take care of my property. I don't want to stand here like this, which I feel even not a good way to do. So the thing is, there was I think in June 4th, 2024, the tenant has approached the LTB on maintenance. Okay, so the tenant filed a copy with the LTB. So the LTB said the hearing on the T6, April 9th of this year, and April 9th of this, where the LTB dismissed it. So the reasons, I'm not going into the details, as I said, what I am saying is there is a little bit of it, and with that, now, if I was given an opportunity, at least to the officer, I could have told some details. I did get one-sided letter, and which I appealed at this stage. So now, what I am saying is, since it is my property, who lives, that is not my issue now at this stage. I want to take care of my property, which I'll be doing. So even here, we don't need to spend a lot of time in discussing. Only thing that I am asking is, just because I have to find people to do, and right now, whoever handyman I know, the people, they are quite busy in this October. So I am requesting this committee, give me till end of November, I'll be taking care. That's all. There is no need for any argument, because if you give me any sort of arguments, means I'll show you on one side, because I don't want to drag it, it may not be good. There were issues raised, 7 things were put in that letter. The tenant, without my permission, just to see what is in the basement, they broke the basement one side little bit, then they put the bricks. They send me that we are fixing it. So on one side, there are issues that brought to the city. How can a person just make a property, you just break it, take a look at basement, take a look at pictures, and then not to have that any interaction with the officer. So there are things, some things that are done, and which are not brought to the city level. And this is like a lot of the things that are listed. There are issues, but what I am saying is these are done one way only, without either taking my input or involving me. So I should have put my views before a letter has been generated. I don't know. This is the first time I purchased a property in Trenton, and I am standing in front of a committee like this first time. Even this procedure, I don't know. Honestly, I'm saying it's not that I purchased this property to make money. Don't think that way. I purchased with good intention. When I was driving through this way with my wife, we saw this lake, the marina, everything, because that property is Dundas and Herman. I saw it is a good lot. In the future, there is a potential I can do something, I can build something. Maybe my son can live here. With that good intention, I brought it. But I'm honestly telling you, the members, respected members, last 2 years, I have gone through hell with this property. I struggled so much. It's not about money. Money I borrow, I pay, even whether I'm getting or not. The thing that I am saying is, from midnight to morning, any time, messages come, calls come, all the sort of things comes. So that is not here for discussion. I am telling you, don't think that I am having a rosy picture or a happier picture of this property. I experienced very, very difficulties. Now even I am at a stage where somehow I will be taking care of it. So, I mean, only thing is, give me time till November. I will, and that LTV decision, we don't know yet. And I don't have anything to say at this stage, even the tenant knows it. So it was done on July 30th. We are still waiting. So with that, even to the committee, I mean, I don't want to have any arguments here. I have even other things. I don't want to open that, what you call the nest with honey nest or whatever. It is not good. You know, no, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I will be taking care. At the end of the day, it is my property because I purchased it. I will be taking care. So I am requesting just to give me date till end of November. Reason is I already tried to, last Saturday only, I have completely replaced the roof, spending almost 7,500. So what I am saying is, now I am taking everything serious because I own it, at least at the end, whether it is 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, someday maybe I may be living here. So I don't know. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying is now I'm trying to do it. These things that are listed here, there are basically, I'm not saying they're not very big things, but yes, there are. And whatever the deck thing that people are raising, that deck was how it was purchased at the time of the purchase. And it's not that I tried to damage. The people were using it. But everything, if a nail comes out, if that becomes a complaint, in the kitchen, if something, yes, there is something, but it is not to the level, what I feel, honestly, that should have brought to the level of standards of the committee. Because reason is, if a wall is not there, if the roof is not there, or completely it is not in a livable condition, that is where, in my view, I'm an engineer. So a property standards committee it comes. Because of whatever the reasons, as I said, first it went to the LTV where it got dismissed. Now it was brought in a way, but I was not given an opportunity in the input of this whole process. This at least I am telling you. One, I was not given an opportunity. I am not saying that I'm not going to do. I'll be doing it. Please give me till end of November. That's all. And no need for any arguments here. I don't want to argue with the tenant. Please, I have had enough. So I'm even tired of arguing. So please, what I'm saying is give me end of November, I'll be taking care. That's all, nothing else. Thank you, sir.
Okay, are you able to just stay there for a moment?
Yeah, no
There might be
problem.
some questions from committee members.
Sure, I'll be ready to face the questions. Just let me get my water, that's all.
So
Yes, please.
if I can go first, I have a
Yeah.
couple questions for you. So the recommendation before us tonight is for compliance date of November 6th.
I'm requesting that extension.
You're asking for,
End of November.
Yeah,
Reason
yeah.
is next 2 weeks, I already tried with my handymen, they're all occupied. It's not like I go them, they will come next day. So that gives me a little good amount of time to do properly.
okay, so you're asking for the end of November.
Yes.
So you're sharing with us the difficulty of getting this work done up to this point.
Yeah.
How does 3 weeks make a difference for you to achieve all the, to fix the non-compliances?
You mean between November 6th to November 30th?
Well, I think this goes back to May 29th, that the issue was ordered. And so from May until today, aside from the roof, none of the work's been completed. So my question is, how does giving you an additional 3 weeks achieve your goals with that?
Okay, I partially gave the answer, now I'll give you clearly the answer. As I said, I have given N12 notice to the unit so that my son can use it. And that hearing was done on July 30th, which is more than 2 months back. And the decision has not been delivered by LTB yet. So we are waiting. Let us say, I don't know how the decision goes. But what I am saying is, depending on the decision, I have plans, maybe in a way that even I may be renovating the entire unit in a different way, if my son is going to live there. So what I mean is, I have, that's what my paralegal also advised, to wait till, because she could not come today with me because she's not a party to this. So she said, we have to wait till the decision depending on what you want to do further. But that is the reason why I could not start, okay, any work at this stage. And that's the reason why I appealed. And that's where the officer helped me, yeah.
So I did notice the roof. I reside in Trenton. I did notice the roof work being done. But we just heard from the city this evening that none of the non-conformances have been addressed.
I told you, I gave you
So
the
have
reasons,
they?
sir.
Have any of the 7 issues outlined in the report, have any of those 7 been addressed?
At this stage, no. But I will be addressing them. As I'm honestly saying, I'll be addressing them. They will be taken care.
Okay, so that's my obvious concern, is that, I mean, this has been a 6-month process, and I know roofs are expensive, so I mean, that's a good
No,
place
I
to
spent
start,
almost
but
$7,500 last week.
it's been 6 months,
Yeah.
right? And I've seen the pictures. I mean, the work doesn't seem, extremely extensive. So that's my question is, if you haven't done anything for the last 6 months, you're going to squeeze all this work in
No,
the next.
no, sorry to interrupt, I'm not. See, the thing is, out of the 6, whatever, I remember. Now, I mean, the deck thing, there is as I said, if it goes back this way, at one stage the tenant said, like, I'm not using the deck. When first few months when I purchased the property, this property I purchased in 2022, June 16th. For a few months, when I had interaction, I don't use backyard. So no, nothing of. Then later it came into picture, like, so there is a wood, a stairway that is not in a proper shape with the nails. That's what is written in that report. So that I think the handyman has to work on it. Now it is only the kitchen ceiling, that's where there are 2 areas, so which will take time. But I will find a way, and I'll have the handy man or 2 or 3 people, whoever it is needed, to work on in a way that I will take care. And if anyway, the officer will be coming back to take a look. So that means it will be done. That's why I'm saying, give me till end of November. Yes. The whole thing reason is that the waiting is because of that. I served the notice. We are waiting. I mean, depending on how the decision goes, we don't know the decision. I don't know the decision. So that's what is causing probably little delay in my planning, okay, in my planning. But at least I started, as I said, because I started the most expensive side of it. I got the roof done, okay, which I last 1.5 months. When it was brought to my notice one more time that something, I put a tarp. If it is not holding, that means I have to find, it took me a month, and I got it done, the roof. So they will be taken care. I will be here if there is a need afterwards, but no, I don't want, as I said, I don't want to stand one more time in this hall or in this committee, because the way I had experiences with this property, depending on how it goes, I have plans, okay? I have plans. So, but it will be taken care, because it is my property at the end of the day. I have to take care of, which I will take care.
The chair recognizes Betty Jean.
My question, are you hoping that the ruling will come through in the near future in your favor? Is
Madam-
that why the delay? Or will you be starting repairs imminently regardless of waiting for the ruling?
The decision, madam, I don't know how it goes. See, usually, I mean, I'm not in a position to comment on it, but the thing is, irrespective of that decision now, given the things with the property, because I own the property now. I own the property, whether who lives, my son lives, the tenant continues. I own the property. In future, even if I want to do anything with the property, I can't leave it like that. So, I mean, now, irrespective what happens with the decision, I will be doing what is needed. Reason is, I want the property to look in a good way. So, I don't want to receive the letters from cities again and again, and I don't want to have the headache. It will be done. I will be taking care. Decision is separate. Which way it goes, I don't know. I am not in a position to comment on the decision. I'll be doing it.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Lisa.
Hi, I have a question for you.
Yes,
When you
please.
purchased the property, did you have a building inspection done?
Yes, I had the building inspection done. So I have a report also. That time, I mean, it's an old building, as it is clearly, as I'm saying, is 100+ years old building. They did say it's okay. The whatever the wood things, whether you call deck or the steps, they are reasonably in a shape. But what the inspector said is, anything, sir, even in a nice roof, if there is a small something, one can magnify it. You know, you can make it a big mess out of it and then create a big report. So he said, yes, there are small things, but these are not that much it is. So it could be fine.
So when you bought the house, though, you were aware there were issues with the deck that needed to be remediated? And you were aware of those when you rented it to the tenants?
Okay, can I continue, madam?
Well, I just would like you to answer that, yes or
No,
no.
that's what I'm going to answer it. When I purchased, that time the tenant is a continuing tenant. The tenant, if the tenant was using the deck, the deck was there like that. So I purchased the property in 2022, where this particular tenant A is a continuing tenant. It's not that I got a tenant after I purchased the property. So even inside the unit, the things were there, but at least one thing I am telling you, wherever there were things that were needed, I did put, I did fix, even to the extent, now, I mean, because you are bringing out, I should say, there was a furnace issue one time with the top unit, and I had from Trenton itself, there's a big furnace company. They said they came, there was an issue with a motor or something. They charged me quite a bit of money. They replaced it. The report that they gave me is that this whole thing is because the dog hair got stored completely, it damaged. So then I brought to the attention of the tenant. So what I am saying is, certain things is not
So
that.
respectfully,
Yeah.
when you purchase a property and you get a building inspection
Yes.
done,
Yeah.
then you know the things that need to be done on the house.
Yeah.
You just said that you knew there were issues inside of the unit at the time.
Inside of the unit,
And you've
no.
remediated
Yeah.
those, you've just described a little bit about that. So that's fine, but you're also now responsible for the building. So regardless of the shape it was in when they lived there prior, it's now your problem to be responsible for it. Now, my other question for you is you mentioned that you were planning on having your son live there. Would you be comfortable with your son living in the bathroom in the state that it's in right now?
Okay. This is something.
No, it's a yes or no. Would you be comfortable with them
No,
living
I need to
in the
give-
description that's been given in the pictures?
No, I need to give some details. I cannot simply say yes or no for this particular one. Bathroom or kitchen sinks, anything which people are using, the tenants is using, the tenant has to maintain them properly. I mean, whoever is using on a daily basis, they have to take care of them. I don't think that is, somebody uses there, and if there is anything, unless it breaks down, where a plumber comes or they fix, in my view, they have to take care. But that also was put as an issue in the report. Even I spoke with the handyman. Handyman says when people are using their areas like tubs or kitchen sinks, these are typically, they are expected to maintain them. I will get it fixed, but what my response to your question is, whoever is using on a regular basis, they have to maintain.
But that didn't really answer my question, because what I asked would be you be comfortable with your son living there, and you haven't answered that yet.
That's why I will be renovating the unit. In case
And
if my son is
also,
going to
a
use it, I'll
shower
be
is a
renovating it.
space where you are going to expect there's going to be water, right? If there's a buildup of mold, that typically means that there's a leak somewhere that's not being addressed. So I'm a little concerned because you're saying that you're going to fix it. You've had quite a period of time to make the changes, but they haven't happened yet.
Okay, this particular thing, that is with the bathtub I gave you. Any other things, these are old buildings, as I am saying, even the windows are not that great.
But you
I mean,
chose to
great
build
is-
an old building, so that's on you.
Huh?
You chose to buy a building that was 100 years old, so that was your choice.
No, my choice. But what I am saying is, if dew forms or if any water drops are there on the windows, people who are leaving, they need to wipe it out or clean it.
Did you
If
provide
if
them
I
with a
leave it,
dehumidifier?
Huh?
Did you provide them with a dehumidifier as the owner of the building?
No.
Well, that's your responsibility if you are the owner of the building and there's not good air circulation, or you have to address humidity, then you would
The-
put one into the unit if you were concerned with that.
I think air circulation, there's a good air circulation. They open the main door, they have ways, so that I don't think that is an issue. But what
But you
I am
shouldn't
trying
have
to
to,
say is,
you shouldn't have to open your front door every time you have a shower.
I think, madam, let me tell you, if on a window, on a screen, if there are water drops, if they are not wiped out time to time.
I'm aware of
something
how
can form.
condensation works. I have a bathroom at my house. We turn the fan on and we have a dehumidifier. So if you're the owner of the building and that's a concern and mold has been brought forth, the first remediation you could make is show up with a dehumidifier.
All this, can I, okay, now since it is getting into your questioning side, I will put it this way. In last May, the tenant approached me saying that I have a visitor, you have to add the name to the lease, rental lease. I said, when I purchased with you and your son, that's what it stays, I cannot. So for 2 to 2.5 months, this discussion went on, which I said, no, I cannot add in between anybody without, because this is how I purchased, it stays like that. So that is where the discussion went. Then the tenant, I say, I'm going to complain. That's how the LTB, the maintenance issue went up to LTB first. Then LTB got dismissed at LTB. Now, on May, that was dismissed on April 9th. April 16th, they issued a letter. Then May 13th, suddenly I received a letter dated May 13th from the city. So what I mean is, within 2 weeks, it is. So there is a, to this whole thing, if you try to add it, other than issues, that's why I said the property, these things will be taken care of. There is a conflict of interest that is coming into picture where, because I have the proof, I can show you now right now the things. Because I did not agree, I am going to complain. That's how the complaint came. Even when the file was submitted to LTB, tenant just added the name of a visitor legally who is not tenant of the property. So that is, I don't know whether that is purview of this committee. That's why I said I don't want to bring a lot of the things. I don't want to open the other side of the story where
But
I'm
respectfully,
dragging
you are right now, because the question I asked you was, would you be okay with your son living there, and why didn't you provide a dehumidifier? And you've yet to answer either of those questions.
Okay, if my son, I will be renovating, if dehumidifier, I will provide it, okay? Yeah.
You just said, if I renovate everything, then I would let my son there. But you wouldn't be comfortable with him living in the
No,
standards that are there now?
He is going to live there, the dehumidifier I will provide. I mean, my son, when he starts to live, that decision is a different decision, I don't want to drag it, because when I don't know decision, I cannot comment on that. But whatever is needed will be taken care. So if the dehumidifier is the solution, I'm going to provide the dehumidifier to the tenant, no problem, okay?
But I'm just going to say, I asked you if you were concerned with mold, and you were aware of this since May, why you didn't show up with a dehumidifier in May?
See, it is, what I mean is, again, I go back to same my response. This is what I discussed with the plumber, with the handyman. If somebody using the things, they have to take care when they intentionally they leave it, or intentionally they want that to become a problem. I think that is a different side of thing. I mean they have to take care, like kitchen sink or a tub, whoever using on a regular basis. So for that, is the landlord responsible? I don't know. I mean, that is no way it
Yes.
says yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, if that is the case, then I mean.
Respectfully, I have a rental unit, and I am responsible for that stuff as an owner. So you are also responsible for showing up with a dehumidifier if it's
Okay,
required.
I will provide, okay? Yeah.
Chair recognizes Gregory.
Hi. Just on that last little bit about the tub, it's hard to tell from this picture, but to me, it looks like the caulking has come loose a little bit. And once water gets in behind the caulking, the tenant won't be able to clean it well enough. Mold will develop. Look, it needs to be re-caulked. It needs to be cleaned out.
I
and
will get
re-caulked.
it, that's what, sir, I'm saying.
So,
I
now
will
all
get
I'm saying is that the tenant wouldn't be able to control that
it. Okay,
because the caulking has come loose.
okay,
And that's not acceptable, but
okay.
just start off, I'm curious how long you've been a landlord, like any property, like how long? Long time?
I am not a landlord. I'm experienced landlord. I purchased this property because I told you the reason is I liked it, I liked the town, I
Yeah.
was
So
driving
is this
through
the
way.
first property you've been a landlord with?
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is the first property I purchased, and then later on that is not, I'm not bringing to committee for any sympathy or anything. Like, I rather feel I spent so much, anyway, that is not, this is
And
experience. First time
I'm
I have
sympathetic,
experience.
it is tough to be a landlord.
Yes, I'm experienced,
And-
but I try to pay attention. I'm not saying.
A
that
lot of
I-
landlords come in
I try
and-
to pay attention.
And have to
Yeah.
learn a
Yes,
lot.
yes. I'm learning, I learned a lot.
No doubt about
I
it.
learned a lot to the extent coming to this committee, even standing in front of the committee, which is the first time in my life. So I learned a lot in the whole process.
So, as has been stated here,
Yeah,
the order was given back May 26th, and I understand you're upset they didn't talk to you first. You've had lots of time to talk to them since. And you've had lots of time to, these are minor repairs as far as a landlord
I agree, sir.
goes.
I agree.
You've had lots of time to make those repairs. If you can organize and pay for an entire new roof, you certainly could have gotten these done in the time. From your own description of the hearing with the board,
Yeah.
it sounds to me like you're waiting for that order.
Yes, exactly. I'm waiting for the
to-
decision.
For the order,
Decision,
and you're
decision.
hoping it says they have to get out.
I don't know, that is.
Well,
not
you
in
asked
my-
for it, so that's the outcome you're looking for. But whether it says they have to get out or not, you're still responsible for these repairs.
Okay, I am going to take care, that's why I said, when I came here, instead of
It's just,
November 6th,
we
I
have
said,
to
"Give me
assess,
November 10th, I will take it."
we have to assess whether you're just stalling us, hoping you get this order and they get forced out. But those orders, I'm familiar with that board. They take a long time.
Yes.
And even when the order actually comes, it is usually quite some time before anyone is removed. And it is not okay for these deficiencies to continue while you're waiting for that. So as far as I'm concerned, this hearing and this order have nothing to do with your obligations in regards to these deficiencies. Nothing. I may disagree with your paralegal if she told you different, but paralegals, you know, I've talked to many, some say this, some say that. They're not always right. Nobody is. I disagree if she's suggesting that you wait for this. She's making a mistake, and that is why you're in front of this committee.
So I mean, I agree with you. I will be taking care, at least now I can't go back. Now I will take care. This is what I said. Give me time, like little, instead of November 6th, give me end of November, I will be taking care. So there is, I don't think, I mean, I want to prolong the discussion on this. I'll be taking care. I will take care. Yes.
If you can hold 1 second.
Yeah.
Is it appropriate to speak to staff for a question here?
Absolutely.
So I would like to hear, and maybe the other committee members would like to hear your opinion on this request, as it is 3 weeks beyond what you've already asked for.
Through you, Mr. Chair. I think that at the end of the day, we want to see these deficiencies corrected, and the sooner the better. I mean, we are talking about a 3-week delay for the tenants who have already been delayed, and I do think that these deficiencies are minor in nature. The timeline that we gave would be, from this date, would be the same timeline if we were issuing out a new order. So we've given the same 21 days that we would have given if we were issuing an order from today's date. So if we just met him today and gave that order. So I think we're already giving, you know, a reasonable timeline. I think 3 weeks is not unbearable, but when the tenants have lived with this for as long as they have, and these deficiencies are fairly minor in nature, with the exception of the deck, I think the deck might take a little bit more time, but their interior renovation should be completed as soon as possible.
Thank you. So, sir, there has been time, and I think you're a smart man, and I think you are connected with people that can do this work. And I think you can probably get it done in the time they've given you, if you put your mind to it. I really do. This has gone on a long time. And it's unfortunate that in your mind, it got muddled in with the hearing. Because in my mind,
came out of the mind.
in my mind, that has nothing to do with it. Yeah. That has nothing to do with it. It has to be fixed regardless of how much time they may or may not have left in that apartment. So,
is it possible to get till middle of November, November 15th at least? That way, a few days of handyman doing this way, that way, delay makes me little comfortable side rather than getting into trouble again. You know, that's what I am. I'm just asking this time. I don't want to have again a little bit of why this, why that. So maybe it gives me a good. So instead of 30th, I'm asking up to November 15th.
that's all my questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gregory. The chair recognizes Lisa.
I think the thing that's my concern is you've disclosed that you've spent quite a large sum on the roof, which if it needed to be repaired is great, but you've had this period of time. Why did you not put the funds towards addressing the interior problems first and then doing the deck or the roof after the fact? Like, that's a bit of a concern for me, because I would think if it were me and I was in your position, I would say, wow, I've got to get this stuff inside fixed first, and then I'm going to work on the other things.
I think, madam, anything to do on the kitchen, a ceiling thing, first I have to
Well,
have the roof
I'm just
properly
saying,
done,
like, in
roof
terms
properly
of,
done.
in
That's what
terms
I
of
did it.
offering an
Yeah.
extension for you, like,
Yeah.
that's my concern, is you've had quite a period of time and you chose to do a completely different repair, which I don't really understand.
No, this is what I'm trying to explain is the roof has to be done properly before anything done, because otherwise anything is done inside. If there is a little bit issue, then the whole process goes other way. This is what the advice I got it. That's what I actually followed. It took me almost 3 weeks because the people were so busy, even to arrange for that 1 month. Now for this also I arranged. The people, they are so busy, 2 weeks they are behind. So that's why I said I'm requesting for that little extension. That's all, nothing else. I'll be taking care, as I said, okay?
Just a follow-up question with Carrie. With regards to the deck, just the note here is that there's bad, rotten, loose boards. So is this like a deck overhaul, or is it some repairs would get it up to standard?
Forgive me, I'm not able to fully answer that question. I do know that she didn't speak to the structural stability of that deck, with the exception of the stairs were loose. I believe it's more deck boards in nature. So it wouldn't be the whole structure, to the best of my knowledge.
I can add little here, madam, that it is mainly the steps that have an issue. A lot of the deck is in a good shape, even the tenant knows it, okay? So wherever, if there are any loose pieces, they will be fixed. They will be fixed. It is mainly the stay, that's what she did bring to my attention. And, okay, whatever over is over, it cannot go back to the past now, it will be taken care, yes.
All right, any other questions from committee members? No? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bale.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
the
much.
committee. Yeah, yeah.
And at this time, we would invite Ms. Budgel, thank you, to come on up.
I have brand new photos of everything taken today and yesterday, if you guys need to see it. The deck, the mold.
Sure, bring them forward. Okay, so you were the tenant previous to the landlord purchasing the property?
Yeah, I've been there since October 2019.
Okay. And these, the issues that are in the report, do these exist before the property was purchased?
Most of them, no. The deck was old, but it wasn't as rotted as it has gotten the last 2 years.
Okay. All right, any comments, or do you want us to wait till we see the pictures and have some questions for you? Is there anything you'd like to refute to the presentation previous?
My anxiety.
Would you like him to join you? Yeah, that's fine.
I've been getting anxiety for the last years, where the shakes come from.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess the first thing we,
One moment, sir, sorry, it's not your time. We'll come back. You'll have an opportunity after they're finished. So, do you have to wait? Go ahead.
I'd say for the first thing that we'd address is the pictures of the hole in the storage unit. You'll see there are pictures of what looks like insulation was there. And then when the previous tenant of tenant B then pushed all that out and took something out of the storage unit, we then repaired it with the bricks and whatnot, right? So what was there was not sufficient enough to stop a squirrel from getting into it.
It wasn't me as the tenant who did that, it was the other tenant. She pushed her arms through, stole something from my storage room. I made the landlord aware. He did not fix the hole. We fixed the hole. 2 hours and $10, it was done.
The leak in the roof has been going on since 2023, so he's had plenty of time to...
August 2023.
Yeah, 2023, so he's had plenty of time. We've also addressed him with all these set issues and concerns, and then a year later, when nothing was get addressed, we then decided to take the next step and go into the city and file a property standards complaint form.
Now, I started it May 21st, May 22nd, I got my paralegal loyal, and it was the May 24th or 5th that I asked if he could be added to the lease. I didn't come here or to LTB because I'm mad that he didn't put him on the lease. I did this before I asked to add him to the lease. So that's wrong and backwards.
So what happened with the landlord-tenant board? Like, what was the filing for that?
T2 and a T6, T6 for maintenance, T2 for loss of enjoyment, and it only got dismissed because there was dates missing. They didn't even appoint to the case at all. Nothing got talked about.
And when was this?
That was April the 9th of 2025.
That was April 2025, and then you made the complaint with bylaw
That
for
was
property
in
standards
May
in May, a month
of
later.
2024. I started this in May
Oh.
2024.
All right, okay, thank you.
But yeah, even the cracks in the ceiling have been there for about a year and a half. He's known about them. He's come to take a look at them, you know, I think an account of like 2 separate times, but never actually has addressed them. There were multiple times where he said that he would, you know, have someone come and fix it, and they never did. So at that point in time, we then realized, well, maybe we gotta, you know, take the next step in order to get these things fixed, right?
You
Like,
can't take him at face value. Straight up.
what was it there, August of 2023, we asked if, you know, if he supplied the deck boards, could we then just replace the deck boards? He then said CCC. The year following, we asked him about it again. He then said no, 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 as if he didn't even recall having that conversation, right? So at that point in time, yes, everything was brought to his attention in a timely manner, and we waited till 2024 to then file this property standards complaint form, right? Yeah.
And when it comes to the furnace, the guy who fixed the furnace actually recommended that the whole furnace be replaced because of how old it is. Because it's a very old furnace. So,
Just like another prior note to Lisa's question there as to if she had asked him if he would let his son, you know, use a bathroom in that state, and how he kept on avoiding it and saying, well, if his son was there, they would renovate it. Well, why didn't he renovate it when we're there, right? Because when his son is there, he's not making an income, so how can he then afford to renovate it at that point in time, right?
if he wins, his son would have to live there for a year for free.
And there's already a unit downstairs below us that is
Completely empty.
suitable for his son. It's a 2-bedroom unit. His son can have the second bedroom as an in-home office and then have his own main bedroom with a master bathroom in it too, right? So there's already a unit on said property that his son can occupy with us still living there, right?
He told LTB, his son told LTB, that he wants both units for himself. One to live in and one for a party house dash office.
That was for the N12 that he served Karina with.
He served me 3 N12s. Every time I came to bylaw, 2023, he served me. Came to bylaw 2024, he served me. I went to LTB at the end of 2024, and he serves me in 2025 in February.
Would you guys like to see those forms?
We have it all.
No, I don't think so. So
So
it's
it seems like it's a retaliation thing. Whenever we go to the city, he then threatens to kick us out with an N12.
so you're currently still in the property because an N12 is pending or under review?
I'm still there because I live there. It's my home.
It's still under pending, right? So we
It's still
don't,
pending,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They haven't given us an answer yet. They haven't made an answer yet. It's nerve-wracking.
I understand that, but Chair, I'm not sure it's the issue for this committee.
Agreed.
For this committee, it's the standards going on, but these issues has been going on for before May of 2024. We brought it to this place attention in May of 2024 because it wasn't being fixed.
but we do have.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're focused on
Yeah.
this report, the repairs that are required in it, and that's kind of the extent of what we're allowed to really comment on.
Oh, I know.
Chair recognizes Betty Jean.
Regarding the deck, how extensive do you think the repairs will be? Will the stairs have to be, will it be some
Pretty much,
extensive work to make them stable?
pretty much the whole thing needs to be replaced. My foot has went through 2 planks already. Like, not on the steps, on the deck. It's not just the steps, it's the walking part of the deck too, that those woods are falling apart. I've replaced 3 planks just so I could use the steps. We use the backyard for our dogs too, and even my dog doesn't want to use these steps.
Our storage unit is also in the backyard too.
It's attached to the deck, our storage room is, so we have to use it to get there or to get to the backyard.
Thank you.
Any other questions from committee members? No? No? All right, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Sir, do you need one more minute to address anything that they mentioned?
I need a few minutes to say something, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, maybe I can give, you can take a look. As I said, the tenants are Corina and her son. The other person is not tenant, does not have authority to speak as a public. If this person speaks, we need to accept. The person is saying as it from 2023, what is going on, when he's not a tenant. You can see, sir. Give me 1 second. You can see the tenant list form. It's a Corina. So this is where I said, because of the arguments the tenant had, she wanted me to add the name of the person. I said no. She said I'm going to file on you to LTB, and it was filed. Whatever happened is it got dismissed. So you can see the names. It is not there. I purchased the way it is, Corina and her son. Second, they are talking about the bottom unit. I'm not, don't mind talking. Without without permission, they went into the bottom unit, they took all the photos. So, which is a trespassing, that is something that will be dealt in a separate way, my paralegal is looking. Now, they are saying that bottom tenant had something, that they fixed the brick. No, it was intentionally, intentionally what they did is, they just damaged a piece of the wall to take photos inside the basement because of the friction between the tenants, and they fixed it without my permission. Then they sent a message saying we fixed it. So if there was an issue, how they brought this to the committee level, they should have brought that to my attention first, and I could have acted. Without that, they did it. So that means when they want, they take the property, they fix it. When they want to make a complaint on me, they will go to city, they will make a complaint. Now coming back to the one of the things that I need to show, madam, just if you don't mind. Where was done? One page is there. I just want to show, I want to read it, sir. They are saying that they complained to the city from May 2024. The complaint that was made by this tenant is on the grass cutting. What it says in the purchase agreements, which I went and read to the tenant at the time when I purchased it, the tenant is responsible for keeping the backyard grass cut. The tenant, when I asked, said, I don't use backyard, I'm not going to cut it. So when she bluntly told like that, I went to my paralegal. Paralegal said, it is not worth to spend money doing all this fighting, you just take care of the grass. So same tenant now complains to the city that the backyard is not cut. Who is responsible, supposed to take care, now goes to the city. Now the city, the madam sent me so many letters, I come and cut myself the grass. Whatever these points that you are dealing right now, this letter was sent to me on May 29, 2025. Please don't get misled by that year. It was 2025, even without my input being put into it. So it is not completely the realistic picture. Now I am showing you, how can a person who is not a tenant of the property, and to the extent I tell you, now since you brought it up, whenever I go into the unit, the tenant can speak with me, tenant's son can speak with me. The person comes arguing with me, I have a fear, I have safety. Now my safety is at risk when I go into the unit. So are you going to give me what you call the thing for my safety? The man comes and argues, who is the person when he is not a tenant? Because there is a safety involved. Without being a tenant, how can a person come and argue with me? The tenant encourages her. She tells, he will argue with you, my lawyer told. So the lawyer will say something, is it going to be like that? No. At least I am objecting, whatever the comments raised by the person who is not a tenant, please don't consider, you should not consider. If it is a public, you can. But as a public, how can a person knows what is going on with the property? Please, I have objection.
Can I ask a question, Trevor?
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe they would be better to answer it. Like, in terms of when you have someone come to speak for you, are you able to appoint an advocate? Just out of curiosity, because I don't really know what that rule is, although we're talking about the bottom apartment, we're talking about issues with tenants, and again, they're not really relevant to what we're talking about right now.
This is what I raised. That time I said, I don't want to go into the other side of the discussion.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're here to discuss the motion, the details in that, and listen, I appreciate your, I appreciate your attention to detail and providing the additional information for us, to get the whole picture. But I think we can move forward from here. So thank you for your time. Sure, yep.
During the hearing, July the 30th, the adjudicator, if I'm saying that right, my pronunciation's horrible, confirmed it to Reddy that he's responsible for cutting all of the grass, because this is a duplex. That we're only responsible for our own apartment.
So none of that's relevant to what we're dealing with today.
Yeah.
So
Well, that is in,
I understand we're
Property standards.
getting into the weeds here a little bit. It's not necessary, and we can't deal with it.
Chair recognizes Betty Jean for a question.
Again, it's about the deck, directed to staff. So it sounds like the repairs would be extensive, and the tenant would even like a totally new deck. Is there any way, if the term were extended, that there can be checkpoints or interim levels to meet as far as the easily done internal repairs started imminently? Is there any way to monitor that or to rule it?
Through your chair, yes, you could set different timelines on different items if you felt that you wanted the interior repairs done by a certain date and then giving the deck more time. That is something that you could do. It makes it a little more confusing. However, staff would just monitor those dates and ensure compliance with the dates that the committee would recommend or confirm or make
Thank
the
you.
decision on.
Thank you.
All right, any further questions from committee members? No? Can I get a motion to confirm property standards order CEPS 2024-00246?
I would put forward the motion as suggested by staff.
Okay, can I get a second for the motion?
Yeah, she did.
I'll second it.
All right, second by Lisa. I just want to go over this one more time because I know that there's still a couple of us that are new. So we do have the motion in front of us today. So we've made the motion, seconded the motion, but we do have 4 options in front of us today. So there can be an additional motion made tonight. So I want to quickly go over the 4 options we have as committee members. So option 1, we can confirm the property standard order as is, which is the motion that's before us currently. Option 2 is modify the property standards order. Now, this cannot add any items, but you can remove. Option 3, extend the compliance date of the property standards order, which is, to your point, Betty Jean. And option 4, rescind the property standards order in its entirety. Any further discussion on the, or I should ask, any other motions that would like to be made at this time? Betty Jean?
I think we should, I would like to have discussion on the original motion and ask if you'd be, if you would consider that motion, but except for the deck, which would have until the end of November to be completed. That would get the inside work done.
Can I address?
Absolutely.
My concern is that they're saying that their storage unit is outside, and they also have been letting the dogs out on the deck, so they actively are using the deck now. So postponing the deck portion of it is not really going to solve the problem. So I'm not really in consideration for that. I'd like to just see everything done.
So it's a motion in essence, I guess. Is there a second to Betty Jean's motion on the extension?
It's okay, I didn't make a motion, I just asked if
okay.
they'd be willing to adjust, thanks.
Yeah, okay.
And just speaking to Betty Jean's point, to me, the deck's the biggest safety issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that someone can get hurt on. The other ones are problems, but it's the deck that concerns me the most out of the issues.
Do I have any chance to add anything?
No, sir. No, sir. So if there are no other motions, we will vote on the motion in front of us. So what this motion is for you, sir, is that the compliance date of November 6th, that all the nonconformances will be met at that time. Understand? Okay.
I'm not getting any little extension, what I request.
Well, we're just, there's only one motion before us, and that's the motion to adopt the, what's before us with the compliance date of November 6th. No other motions are made at this time to give you an extension. We're going to vote on the motion before us and see the results of that. So all those in favor of the motion to keep the compliance date for November 6th, say aye. Aye. No nays. The motion is carried. Correspondence for a committee decision. Is there any correspondence for the committee's decision this evening? I would just like to take this opportunity to point out that I do sympathize that the house is old and that you've made that purchase and made an investment in the city and thank you for that. But with the length of time that you've had the property, with the issues that the tenants have had in the property, the entire summer to make good on these repairs, I don't feel, in my opinion, that an extension is going to have any benefit at this time. So that's the ruling decision at this time. Any other comments? No. All right, are there any notices of motion? None? And new business, is there any new or other business to bring before the committee tonight? None. Okay, I make a motion that we adjourn for this evening's meeting.
I second that.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.